Hi and welcome to Metasploit Extreme on Kali Linux. This series is going to be in very depth. Now first of all, many of you might be asking, hey Hitesh, what is this Metasploit framework? Now Metasploit is a framework that is being designed especially for the penetration testers, ethical hackers, security researchers, or you might frankly say as hackers. So one day or other you might going to face this exploit framework if you are merging out into the pen testing environment. And to be very honest, if you are trying to build up your career opportunities with the Metasploit or in pen testing, then Metasploit is really the framework you must learn about. And one day or other you might fell up that yes, there is a need to learn the Metasploit to test out the network, the web application, the entire Wi-Fi spots and everything. So Metasploit is just a one solution for it. So first of all, what we are going to learn in this series. Now in this series we are going to learn something that is known as the Metasploit Extreme with Kali Linux. Now you might have seen a couple of videos which are there on the Metasploit, but this is actually a series which is going to be in much depth and along with your favorite Kali Linux. Now Kali Linux is being out for a couple of months and many of my students requested me, hey, there is no series out there with the name of Kali so that we can actually grab some hands and practice on it. And really, to be honest, Kali is the best framework I have found around. I was also a fan of Backtrack, but this is the series that I built up on the Kali. So what we are going to see in this series, let's talk about this, as this is the introduction video for the entire series. Now first of all, this video is going to remain same for my light version as well as my full and paid version. So I always launch a two series, first for those who cannot afford to pay, so I give chunks of my series to them absolutely for free, and for those who can afford a quality education, I offer my series at an affordable price. So here we are going to series the intro to the series, this video. After that we are going to talk a little about me, not in much, about the instructor video. Then we are going to talk a simple video that we will take how to take most out of the series, a simple few instruction to you to get most out of this series. And after that we are going to have rushing to Metasploit. Now in the rushing to Metasploit, I'll be first of all talking about what is pen testing, why to take the pen testing, and why to start Metasploit in your pen testing stuff. After then, a small hats off to HD Murray, which is the founder of this great exploitation framework. And then we are going to talk about terminologies and requirement for Metasploit. It is really a good thing before jumping into any technical topic, you find out what are the technical terms and all of these things. After that we are going to learn how to install our own practice labs. So there will be no extra price to actually install your practice labs and everything. You are just going to install everything by yourself. So in the future also you don't have to pay me anything for the lab access or anything like that. After that we will be just getting a much hurry in the practicals, because when you will first learn how to exploit and break into the first machine, then only you can understand me what actually I'm talking about and how much depth this series can go. After that we have got the chapter number 1. Actually we are starting this series after that, and in that we are going to first learn about the architecture of Metasploit and some mix-in and plugins along with the touch of Ruby, since this entire framework is being coded out in the Ruby. So there is no actually requirement to learn about the Ruby language. There is no requirement. That's why this framework is being built up. After that, in the chapter 2 we will be clearing our fundamentals, including the MSF CLI, MSF console, a pretty new words for you might be. And then we are going to learn about exploits, important commands for using those exploits, what are the payloads, how to make your own payloads, what is the database integration in the Metasploit, and what is this new term Metasploiter and how we can use it, this great thing Metasploiter. After that, in the chapter 3 we are going to learn about the information gathering or reconnaissance. In that we are going to learn about the port scanning, something about MS SQL, service information, SNMP sniffings, psnuffle scripts, and custom scanner that we will build up in this chapter 3. After that, we have got move on to the chapter 4, which is about vulnerability scanning. In that, we are going to learn how we can go with the SMB login check scanner, then open VNC service scanners, some things about WMAP, Nexpose, and Nessus, in which are pre-integrated in the Metasploit. And if you are really excited by the end here, there is a lot more to come. So after that, exploit payload creation. In that, we are going to learn what are the design goals for an exploit, what are the mixins that you can write using the exploit, what are the things that you should take care while writing an exploit that can be used easily with the Metasploit. Then we are going to talk about MSF Venom, MSF Payload, and MSF Encode. MSF Encode is really great one which can get you evade from the nasty antiviruses while doing the pen testing. And after that, we are going to learn about the AN shell codes and everything. Then we'll move on to the chapter 6, that is the client-side attacks, and we are going to learn how you can bind your payloads in a binary files. Then we are going to learn some things about Trojans for Linux that will be generated by Metasploit, and malicious PDF file which can be sent to any operating system like your Mac, Windows 7, Windows 8, or even XP, and you will get compromised into the system. After that, we will learn about after exploitation stuff, what you can do once you have got break into the victim's computer. You can do a privilege escalation, passing the hash attacks, session stealing attacks. You can do some registry and backdoors in Metasploit. Then we have got some packet sniffing, bypassing the forensics. Nobody wants to get caught. And after that, we'll monitor and search the victim. And finally, we'll move on to the chapter 8, scripts, Meterpreter, and Ruby extension. And in that, we are going to learn how we can use some Meterpreter scripts which are already there. After that, we will learn how we can automate our Meterpreter by using the RC scripts. Then we have got some touch to IRB Ruby shell in case you are a programmer and can code into the Ruby quite good, but again, that is not at all a compulsion. Then in the chapter 9, we will be moving on to the backdooring the remote system. Once you have compromised, might be possible when you return back some other day, the things might got patched. So we will learn how we can leave our backdoor into the remote system by using the keylogging, MET-SVC, or the persistent exploitation services. And finally, I realized that hey, this series is going in very much depth, so let's end it somewhere. So I try to end it on chapter 10, the real world exploitation, in which I try to break into the external system. I got my laptop here. I try to break it down live into the environment that is running a Windows 7. And after that, I tried a couple of more series that more videos should be updated. And I promise you that this series will be keep updating after this also. So you'll see quite a lot of stuff in this series quite along. And finally, the formality, you can say, the outro for the series. And hope this was quite a bit lengthy introduction for the series. And I promise you, the series is going to be very in depth. So that's all for this introduction video. And thank you so much for watching. See you out there in the series.